Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I finally have another Wreck This Journal video for you guys. This is I think the 13th one. My goal was to finish this book by the end of 2023, so I'm going to try really hard to make that happen, so expect to see more of these videos in the future. Let's get started. We're starting with a page that I actually started a really long time ago. If you remember when I went to the Conway Railroad and did the whole fall time Wreck This Journal thing, that's when I collected these leaves. And they've just been sitting in this book for 4 years now. So I have decided to make a little fairy out of these. So the leaves are going to be the wings. I also really wanted something that would cover up these weird stains that they've made from, being plants squished in a book for a long time. I think I did have other flowers as well that I had tried to press that just didn't work out. So those might have been what actually caused the stain. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else for the page on the opposite side, if you can tell, because you can definitely see them on that page with the bullseye. So we're gonna have to come up with a creative solution for that too. But basically I just sketched out pretty much a fairy that looks like Tinkerbell. I wasn't fully going for Tinkerbell, but it's pretty much a Tinkerbell-like fairy. So I decided to put them on a sunflower to give them something going on in the background. So I started with that. I am using Arteza acrylic paint. Most of these I got in a set, and a few of the colors might have been part of the advent calendar that I got this past year. I really like doing the advent calendar, so definitely recommend getting that. I filmed all of that over on my TikTok page, so definitely go check out my TikTok if you want to see other little bits and bobs that are art related. I kind of try to post on there a bit more than I do on YouTube. Hopefully that'll change. I am trying to budget my time better and really focus on getting out quality content for you guys. My thing is I just don't want it to be a rushed video, so I want to make sure I'm, taking my time and making it something I want to put out into the world before I post it. So finally getting around to stuff like this, and I also want to start doing more bullet journal videos over on TikTok as well, because a lot of it is focused on my Etsy shop right now. Anyways, I used mostly yellows and browns to fill in the sunflower, and then I painted the fairy itself in a gold that I think was part of the advent calendar that came out for the holiday season from Arteza, but I'm sure you can find a gold acrylic paint pretty easily. And then I'm just painting the entire background black, keeping it super simple. I debated going back in and adding other sunflowers in the background, doing something brighter, but I just wanted to go for a glowing fairy look. So I don't know, why is the flower visible in the darkness? It's magic, I guess. So I'm just doing all the background work here. And I did make sure to leave the part at the top that says the prompt visible so that I can be reminded of what this page was all about. I definitely try to do that for most of them, but a few of the pages I didn't do that for, and I do question what was the actual prompt for this quite a bit. So yeah, I guess I went back and added more paint after it had dried a little bit, and then I used this paint pen that I had also gotten from that advent calendar. And I tried to outline, but this gold was very much so lighter than the other one. And I don't know, I think it turned out a little weird, but we're going with it anyway. I also added some little like sparkly dots with that. and outlined the wings. To attach the leaves, I just used a little bit of Mod Podge on the back. I have been laminating my pages after I'm finished with them, like completely finished with them. So that will kind of seal in the leaves a little bit better than just the glue, but I did need something that would, hold them in place in the meantime, because I didn't want to just leave that, for the laminate, because that could also mean that it ends up in a spot I didn't intend for it to be. I decided to add a quote to the blank space on the other side. So I put, "The world is full of magic things, patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper." And I believe that was from a book. And this is the finished page. Moving on, we have covered this page in white things. So for this, I actually kind of destroyed a little book that I had. I had this little coffee table book that was called Really Important Stuff My Cat Has Taught Me, that I think my mom had found at a used book sale. So I cut out all of the white cats that I could find, and I tried to stick with just white cats, or mostly white cats, and just cut them out. Some, as you can see, have a little bit of a background. Some are just the cat itself. And then they also have little words and sayings throughout the book, like "stay a little weird" and "don't be a copycat." So I just put together this full-on collage of white cats. I did have a white cat growing up. His name was Salem. He was actually deaf, because if you don't know, a lot of cats that have blue eyes and are white tend to carry the gene for deafness. So just be aware of that if you're adopting cats. He was such a sweetheart. I would get another deaf cat, in a heartbeat. He was just like a normal cat, basically. He just was oblivious to anything you said to him. So truly just like a normal cat. I'm pretty happy with how this page turned out. I, at the very end, just crossed out the word "things" and changed it to "cats," since I did it, as all cats. I would like to maybe add a little bit more, but for now, this is what we're working with. And to do one that was a little bit sillier, I guess, the tear out and crumple page. So I used to do something like this when I was little. I would just take pieces of paper, crumple them up, and put paint on them. And, that was my fun as a child, I guess. So I did that with ink, and then I just reattached it. Nothing super exciting. Maybe I should have done an ink blot drawing afterwards, but I had done that for a different page. So I just wanted to show you that I am laminating everything. This one was a bit more difficult because when you crumple up a page, it's no longer the actual full length of the page. So it needed some adjusting. And now moving on to journal golf. This one, I didn't set up anything fancy, but I did want to show you me kicking the ball through the little book here. And I might go back and add more of a thorough drawing onto this page. But for now, I just colored in the words and the little doodles that it had on that page already, and I kind of called it a day for that one. So I do have one final page that I was working on, and this is one that I had actually started a while back. I had turned, I think it was the warnings page into a Pokemon card, and I never did the back until now. So once again, I just broke out that acrylic paint, and I have just done a very quick rendition of the back of the Pokemon card. And rather than like hand letter Pokemon on it, I ended up just printing out the Pokemon logo and adding that. So this was again the Arteza paints. As you can see, they're kind of everywhere on the desk. But yeah, I just kind of painted in like this swirl motion to mimic the like ball. I think it's meant to be like flying through the air, ready to catch Pokemon. So that was the vibe we went for. And this did take a couple of coats because I had to, let it dry for a couple minutes and go back. So I kind of skip ahead a little bit. But then you get to see the final results of that page. It came out a little lopsided, but I am overall happy with it and am excited to continue working on this Reckless Journal and finally get this done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!